The Complete Guide to Male Hygiene and Grooming. This is my exact routines for maintaining top tier hygiene and grooming. And it's something that I've perfected over years of dating and marriage. So I've focused on what actually attracts high quality, beautiful, feminine women rather than what gets compliments from other men. A lot of the hygiene and grooming content you see online from men, this so called looks fixing content, is actually geared towards grabbing the attention of other men because the young men who make this type of content, they haven't really met or even understood what genuinely high quality, mature, feminine women find attractive. So I've done all the testing. I've ordered all the steps in this guide in a very chronological, easy to follow way that focuses on what's most effective and time efficiency. Basically, if you follow this guide to the dot, what you'll find is your grooming and your hygiene will be so much better. But it doesn't take that much effort or even that much time. The scenario I want you to focus on whenever using this guide is when you are going on a really romantic date with a feminine woman. Because the steps that I describe in this guide is exactly what I undertake when I take my wife out on a really sexy, really fancy date night. So I look my best naturally. And I guarantee there's probably a few things in this guide that you're not doing right now that could be really important for your natural hygiene and grooming. This is the reason why I made this guide. Women find most men repulsive. High quality feminine women are inherently hygienic to an extreme level. It's literally in their DNA to show and perfect their natural beauty. Women, especially feminine women, are under a lot of pressure from society to look their best. And this can cause insecurity. You see this all the time in movies, celebrities, social media. The algorithms are geared to show us beautiful people after the next. And feminine women can become very insecure when they are bombarded with this type of content again and again and again. And this compels them to improve their own levels of hygiene and grooming so that their natural beauty improves day by day. Plus, feminine women also have a natural love for beauty. That's femininity. It's putting your passion towards things that make you feel good, and nothing makes you feel more good than when you think you look good. Feminine women also have a lot of time and effort available to spend on themselves. As masculine men, we live a very black and white life. Everything is geared towards efficiency, towards productiveness. We go to the gym every day. We work on our businesses every day. We work on our self-improvement every day. This actually leaves a lot less time to focus on our natural hygiene, our natural grooming that's required. But feminine women don't have that problem. So what you'll often find is when you date or you marry a wholesome feminine woman, there will be frequent days where she will literally spend hours practicing her makeup. She'll spend hours styling her hair in different ways. She'll spend hours trying different skincare products, different ways of grooming herself, just because she has that time and effort. And by doing that, she feels good. She perfects this routine that she's already so good at. But men, on the other hand, are near enough as hygienic as women. In fact, most men are actually unhygienic and therefore ugly by default. If you are not a clean, hygienic man, women will see you as ugly. As men, we sweat more due to higher testosterone levels than women. We smell worse because we have a much more active lifestyle. We go to the gym a lot. We're always on the move. We also have a lot less spare time and effort because we're so busy. We focus on our productivity. And so we don't really have those spare hours available during the day just to test out different methods, just to groom ourselves, just because we want to feel good. Feminine women are actually immensely attracted to men who are clean, and feminine women are therefore repulsed by men who are not clean. So men literally shoot themselves in the foot because of poor hygiene and grooming routines. You can have men who are actually quite attractive. They're tall, they work out, they've got a very nice physique. But when women are interacting with them, say if a woman goes on a date with him, she's repulsed because she can see he actually spends so little effort into how clean he is, into his grooming of his natural body hair, that she thinks that this man is actually ugly. He stinks. Imagine that. Imagine a woman believing that you smell. And I wouldn't really blame men for this. It's not really their fault because nobody teaches young men about the masculine routines of hygiene and grooming like young women are taught about the feminine routines. If you're a girl and you go online, you can find millions of guides tailored towards feminine women that show how to do your makeup in a million different ways, how to style your hair in this way, that way, how to groom yourself before a shower. So women can look at all these guides and pick the one that resonates with their femininity, their personality. You can imagine that a cute girly girl, the type of anime style vibe, that kind of girl might go for a routine that really shows off her vibrant colors. Whereas a girl who's quite reserved, who's quite shy, might go for a much simpler look. But the time and effort that these girls spend on their cleanliness, their hygiene, their grooming is actually a lot. When you look at the content for men towards hygiene and grooming, like I explained in the previous slide, it's just made by other young men. And it's focused on this looks maxing, which really only gets attention from other men rather than women. If you're a man who is able to maintain this top tier hygiene and you can groom yourself well, so your natural beauty is genuinely the best it can be, you will become twice as attractive as without this routine. Just think how hard you have to work in the gym, or how hard you have to work on your business to improve your wealth, to improve your desirability by a factor of 2. Quite a lot. But if you spend just an hour a day, you can have the same effect just by improving your own natural beauty as a man. I wanted to start this guide with this to clean yourself. I was blown away that people in Western countries only dry wipe after they've been to the bathroom for a number 2. That's absolutely disgusting. You are literally leaving microscopic fecal matter on your body for others to smell and see. If you are a man watching this right now and you only dry wipe, I want you to imagine and realize that when you've been in social interactions with women, say if you've been on a date with a girl, there is a very likely chance that she could smell the fact that you dry wipe only. I shouldn't have to make this slide. It's quite gross. But I have to. Because if men weren't doing this, then I wouldn't have to say this. But men are doing this. Women can smell that men literally don't even clean themselves properly. That's really bad. If you are a man who only dry wipes after going to the bathroom, you should feel a little bit of shame, embarrassment. But that's okay. That's why I'm telling you that this is a problem and this is how we fix it. When you use the bathroom from now on, I want you to dry wipe, but then I want you to wet wipe. The wet wiping is the process of removing this microscopic fecal matter that would otherwise remain on your body and then on your clothes that others could smell. To do this, you will need latex gloves because you don't want to be touching yourself with your bare hands. That's kind of gross. You need toilet paper for dry wiping, and you need kitchen towel / kitchen paper. This is what you keep typically in your kitchen. And it's just like tissue paper, but it's bigger and it's a lot more durable. Tissue paper is designed to break down as soon as it becomes wet, whereas kitchen towel, kitchen paper is a lot stronger. It absorbs the water, but it doesn't actually break down as easy. And that's exactly what we need. And then you need some hand wash. So not a bar of soap. You need hand gel, hand wash that comes in a pump dispenser. This is exactly what you need to do now. When you go to the bathroom and you take a number 2, I want you to put on the latex gloves and I want you to dry wipe first. Wipe away all the visible matter. When you've done that, I want you to take a piece of the kitchen tissue paper or towel, whatever you guys call it. Fold it up and then make it slightly damp, just slightly. And then add 1 or 2 pumps of the hand wash on the kitchen tissue paper. And then I want you to wet wipe yourself with that. Literally, as gross as it sounds, stick it up there. Stick it right up there with your finger and swirl it around as best as you can. Because you need the soap, the hand wash, to penetrate inside and remove this dirty fecal matter from your bum. When you've done this, then you grab normal tissue paper and you dry wipe. That's it. That's all you have to do. If you do it like this, your body will be crystal clean. The alternative to this is if your toilet has a bidet. That's a little water device that squirts water up you when you've taken a dump. I've not found many homes in Europe or North America have a bidet. They're quite popular, I think, in South America and Asia. So if you have a bidet, by all means, go use that. If you don't, then follow my method. And obviously, just because you're wearing latex gloves, for the love of God, wash your hands afterwards still. Again, it's hygiene. And you need to do this every day moving forwards. Every day, not just for a date, but day by day, because your hygiene as a man can never be second priority. You need to clean yourself properly. Now that you've used the bathroom, it doesn't matter if you already brushed your teeth in the morning. Say if it's evening time and you're going on a date with this beautiful girl, and several hours ago you already brushed your teeth. Well, irrelevant. You need to brush your teeth again right now, and then brush your teeth again immediately after. What I mean by this is grab your toothbrush, put your toothpaste on it, and now brush your teeth for 2 minutes. Brush the front of your teeth, behind your teeth, on top of your teeth, even your tongue as well. Scrape your tongue for 2 minutes. When you've done this, spit out the toothpaste and rinse your mouth with water. This will get rid of all the gunk and the food and the dirt that's built up in your mouth. And then you do it again. You brush your teeth again for 2 minutes. Same thing. Brush behind your teeth, on your tongue. When it's been 2 minutes, you spit out the toothpaste, but this time you don't rinse your mouth. You keep the toothpaste inside your mouth. You spit out as much as you can, but that final toothpaste residue, leave it. That final toothpaste residue will ensure two things. Number one, it will help strengthen your enamel, which is like the coating of your teeth, so your teeth remain healthy. And number two, it will provide that minty freshness, so your breath smells nice. So if this date goes well, you go in to kiss the girl, her first reaction will be, my God, he smells so good. You need to brush twice the way that I've explained, because you can imagine the first brushing might remove 90% of the gunk. The second brushing will remove another 90% of the gunk. If you add them together, that's 99% cleanliness that you'd achieve. So you only rinse your mouth after the first brushing, not the second one. If this means that you brush your teeth 3 times or 4 times in a day, so be it. All that matters is, before a date, you must brush your teeth twice. Once you've brushed your teeth twice, don't drink water for the next 30 minutes. Because if you drink some water, you'll swallow the toothpaste, which is not particularly good, and you'll wash away whatever minty freshness that toothpaste residue was providing. So try not to drink any water for at least half an hour. After half an hour, drink as much as you want. In fact, you want to stay hydrated. Bad breath isn't caused really by the type of food you eat. It's commonly said that if you drink coffee, that can cause bad breath. That's actually not true. If you eat spicy food, that can cause bad breath. No, that's a myth. The reason why people get bad breath from after drinking coffee or eating certain kinds of foods is because they don't wash it off with water. When you drink coffee, you're already drinking a liquid. So most people then don't have a glass of water afterwards. So what happens? That coffee residue stays in your mouth, and that causes bad breath. So it's not the coffee in itself, it's the fact that you're more dehydrated. So you want to make sure that throughout the day, even your date, during your meeting with this girl, sip on some water. And that will keep your mouth hydrated. It will prevent bacteria from building up, and so you won't get bad breath. Try not to eat anything unless you have to. Say if you're going on a date and you're taking her out to a restaurant, then of course you have to eat. But before then, try not to eat anything, because the moment you eat something, it gets stuck in between your teeth. Simply drinking water won't wash it away, and that will cause bad breath for your date. So you want to start brushing your teeth as late as you can, if that makes sense, so you don't have to eat afterwards. If your date is planned for 8 p.m. in the evening, you'll probably want to brush your teeth at, say, 6 p.m. So the moment you finish the rest of this routine, you're ready to leave the house, and then you can eat. A little tip when you do go on a date, and if you have to eat something there, but you want to maintain a really nice breath, say if you can't brush your teeth again because it'll be weird to brush it at the restaurant, or maybe afterwards you're going to go for a walk. After you've ate the food, grab a glass of water, drink some water but don't swallow it, rinse your mouth with it, and then spit it out. So you can do this in the bathroom. When you ate your food, drink some water, keep it in your mouth, go to the bathroom, the restaurant, a bar, wherever you are, the cafe. Squish it in your mouth, swallow it in your mouth, rinse your mouth, and spit it out. The reason why you don't want to do this through the bathroom tap is because other people have used it. Again, that's kind of gross. You don't want to put that water in your mouth. But if you do this, it will remove as much of the food and the drink that you've had, that residue from your mouth, and so your breath smells great for as long as possible. You can take chewing gum or mints, but I've found them not to be as good as following the method that I've described here. Hydration plus rinsing your mouth after you eat. After you've brushed your teeth, now it's time to groom your face. This is where the most controversy is caused. Should you shave your beard, or should you just trim it? When you ask women, even feminine women, what do you like better on a man? Clean shaven or beards? Most women say beards because clean shaven is the default. It's not anything special, but a beard can make a man look magical. The problem is when women say they like a beard, what they're actually saying is, I like a man who's hot and he happens to have a beard. The beard is just that icing on the cake. It's like when you ask a woman, what kind of guys do you like? And they say, ooh, I love nerdy guys. I like guys who are quite intellectual. Well, those 300-pound Discord moderators who are obese and they eat nothing but Cheetos and Mountain Dew all day, they're quite intellectual. I assume they're quite intelligent. Would women find them attractive? Of course not. So what these women are saying is, I like a man who's hot and he happens to be an intellectual and he happens to be intelligent. But the hot, the sexy part, that has to come first. The intelligence, intellectualness, that's the icing on the cake. So the same with beards. Just because you see online that all women prefer beards, you need to ask yourself, does that mean I look better with a beard? Clean shaven is the default, which means no woman will actually find you ugly just because you're clean shaven. But if you can grow a beard well, then these women might find you more attractive with the beard. But what I've found is most men can't grow a beard well because of genetics, because of how they groom themselves, whatever. So most men are actually better off remaining shaved than they are compared to them with a beard. The philosophy is no beard is better than having a bad beard. And I'm sure you'll agree. Just because you can grow facial hair doesn't mean that you should keep it. What matters is, do you look better with facial hair than without? So only keep a beard if it genuinely looks good, genuinely looks better than being clean shaven. This depends on your hair density, how thick your hair is, how much it populates your face, how it joins from your chin all the way up to your cheek, to your lips. Does it fill your face out or is it quite patchy? Judge it for yourself. If you genuinely believe that you may look better clean shaven, shave your beard. If you can grow a beard well, you will instantly know this. You won't even have to ask yourself. Like for me, I look much better with a beard. If I shave my beard, I look fat. Just because of my genetics, I'm just an average guy. But with a beard, my face looks quite strong. My jawline looks more pronounced. So I definitely look better with some facial hair. You need to grab a ruler. If you want to keep your beard, you need to learn how to line it up. Put the ruler just above your ear. Line it to this indent of your lips. So from here all the way to the above of your ear. Draw a line. Can be a hypothetical line, or you can literally use a marker pen. It'll wash off. Then get an electric hair trimmer and just trim the excess hair off, and obviously fade it in to your natural hair growth. So that your line goes straight and then curves up in line with this hair. Then you grab a razor. You can use a shaver, a double-edged razor, whatever's your preference. A little bit of soap, apply it to your cheeks, and you shave that excess hair off. So even though you trimmed it with the electric trimmer, that's just so it's easier to shave. Now you shave your cheeks. Similarly, you do your neck. Interesting thing about the neck, you'll often find men tell you to do it this way or that way. Ignore everyone else, just follow me. When you're lining up your neck, just draw a straight line from just below your chin on the right and left sides. So I'm going to lift my head, but I can't talk when I do. I just want you to imagine there's a straight line going from here to there, okay? See that line where my hair grows? That's where I want you to trim the excess hair off. So anything below that line, you trim. Notice I didn't say anything about curving this line. I didn't say about making this line sharper or narrower. No, just draw a straight line from here to there. It looks curved when my face is pointing down, but when I lift my face, that line is straight. Let me explain. I draw a line from here to there. Right now, it looks like it's curving. Looks like it's going like this. But when I lift my chin up, now it's straight. So you need to draw a straight line with your chin up, about an inch above your Adam's apple. And you trim off with an electric trimmer any hair below this line. If you go too high, say if you trim off from here and you remove all of this hair, the problem is your beard will look very silly and it will look like you have a double chin or a triple chin. You look fat, basically, even if your face is quite lean. So use a hair trimmer first and then a razor blade again to shave off the hair. And with a razor blade, you always go with the grain first, meaning you shave down like this, wash it off, apply more soap, and then you shave up. And that will get rid of those microscopic hairs which are left, leaving you with literally baby smooth skin. For your mustache, literally just grab hair scissors. These are very sharp, very small, very narrow, and you just trim your mustache so the hair doesn't go below your lips. Where your lip begins is where your mustache hair should end. For your beard, you should literally keep it a maximum of around 1/2 centimeter. Like my hair right now, I measured it just before, is about 1/2 centimeter. Conclusive studies have shown that when women say that they like beards, what they're actually talking about is essentially a stubble. A stubble is the hair that grows few days after you shave it. So even 1/2 centimeter of hair can be a bit too long. But that is the maximum that I would keep it at. Again, it's individual. If you can grow a magnificent beard that's 1 inch long, and you genuinely believe that you look great, then try it out. But for most men, myself included, if I grow my hair that long, my face becomes puffier. I look like my face is ballooned up. Whereas right now it's quite lean, it's quite sharp. So keeping a thin beard is actually better than keeping a really long, thick beard. Here's something that I've not seen anyone else do, because you'll see the title of this slide is face grooming. So it's not just your beard, it's everything that's on your face. That includes your nose, all the hair that grows on top of your nose. That includes your eyebrows, above and below your eyebrows, here and there. That includes your monobrow area, right there. Even if you can't see much hair, when you're very close to a woman, I can guarantee she can see it. Imagine how embarrassing it would feel if you're kissing a woman and she says, "Oh, I didn't know you had a monobrow." You would feel pretty shitty, even though it wasn't a criticism. It was just a joke. So take this stuff seriously. Apply soap to literally your forehead, your nose, all around it, your monobrow area, above your cheek, behind the eyebrows, and shave carefully. You don't want to take off your head of hair, but shave what you can. Even if you don't see many hairs, microscopic peach fuzz, it's called, is growing there. When you are hairless in these areas, your face will look so sharp. And it literally takes a minute. To shave your forehead, just apply a little bit of soap, grab the razor and just gently go across it 2-3 times. Done. To shave your nose and your monobrow area, apply soap, just go up, down like this, very carefully, very gently. You don't want to cut yourself. It'll take 5 seconds and you're done. It literally takes a minute for everything. When you've done this, you can even do your earlobes, so that's the front part of your ear right there. I actually shave mine as well. Takes 1 second, but there's a little bit of hair growing there, and I genuinely want to look my best, so why not? I just grab my earlobe like this, pull it down, grab my razor very gently, without much pressure, just shave down 2-3 times. Takes 5 seconds in total, and I'm done. Then I do the other one. Not a lot of time, doesn't require any effort. Then trim your nose hair as well. Again, I am blown away by the guys that I see in person myself. And I'm talking to them. And I can see hair sticking out of their nose. That's disgusting. That's repulsive. Your nose should be as hairless as possible. It will improve your breathing. It will stop dirt and foreign particles from being trapped in your nasal cavity. And guess what? Most guys are smaller than me because I'm 6'2", and I can still see their nose hair, even though I'm looking down on them. Most women will be shorter than you. Will they look down on you or will they look up to you? They will look up. So if you're looking up at someone, you can see their nose hair even more prominently. And imagine if you look at someone, you look up and you see that their nose is full of thick hair that's sticking out. There's dirt or bogies or something trapped in their nasal passage. You'd be pretty grossed out, wouldn't you? So grab an electric nose hair trimmer. If you don't have one, just go buy one from Amazon. They cost about $10. Wet it slightly, wet your nose slightly, and just trim. It actually looks quite scary. The first time I ever used a nasal hair trimmer, I thought it would pull my hair. I thought it would cut my skin. All these fears were unfounded. It's possibly the most painless hair removal procedure I've ever used compared to shaving or anything else. So just wet the trimmer, stick it in your nose, and just go up around again and again and again. And every few times, just rinse your nose with water to get rid of all the shaved hairs. Then do it again and do it again. What you'll find is your hair inside of your nose will all be shaved off, and you can instantly breathe better. The one trick is to literally stick it up here. So you see the front part of your nose. So imagine if this is the nasal hair trimmer. You want to stick it inside this little gap in your nose because a lot of hair is trapped there and it grows. So you're shaving all of your nasal cavity, not just the back bits, but also this front bit. Now you might need a mirror, small handheld mirror, nothing fancy. Put a little bit of soap on your neck from here to the back to this side, and then you shave your neck hairs off. I started shaving my neck hairs back when I was in high school and college. And my friends used to ask me, how do I have time to get a haircut every week? And I said, what do you mean? They said, you always come to school or college looking fresh. And I said, I haven't had a haircut this week. They said, don't lie, you have. We can see that your neck is like perfect. So when you shave your neck hair, what you actually do is show off your actual hair, like your hairstyle. It looks clean. It looks like you've just been to the hair salon, the barbers, and you've got a really nice cut. So shaving neck hairs actually has really high ROI. You just need a little handheld mirror so you don't shave your actual head of hair off. Just stick with the neck hairs. Start from all the way down and go all the way up. Again and again. It literally takes a minute. but just keep doing it again and again and again. Like I said, you always want to try and shave with the grain first, especially if you have thick hair like me. So when I'm shaving my neck, I'll grab the razor blade and I'll shave down first. Once I've done that, then I will shave against the grain, against the hair, going upwards. So I'll grab the razor, turn it upside down, then shave up. If you try and shave up against the hair, against the grain, in the first attempt, you might cut yourself because it's too thick hair that's trapping the razor and it can nick your skin. If you have quite thin hair, like a lot of Western guys do, white Caucasian men tend to have quite soft hair, which can be very good. It makes it easier to style. Then you can just shave against the grain and you'll be fine. Quick one on nails. Women care. Women find the male hand very sexually exciting. Women love men's hands. It's sexy, especially if you have veins, vascularity, especially if your fingers are quite thick. Women love holding a man's hand. Women love feeling a man's hand. You can imagine if the date goes well and you and the girl that you like are sharing some form of sexual intimacy, and she wants to feel your hand in between her thighs. She cares what your hand looks like. She cares how clean your hand is. Nothing will disgust her more than if you have long, dirty nails. If it looks like you have dirt or some kind of disease under your nails, whether it looks yellow, green, or black. Cut your nails. As a man, your nails should be ultra short, not just medium length. Cut them so there's no nail visible at all. Remember, you're going on a date. You're going to go see this girl. You want to show the best natural beauty that you have. So grab your nail cutters and cut all your nails. Buy the biggest nail cutter that you can. It's usually made for toenails. You can get tiny nail cutters or you can get big, massive ones. Buy the big, massive ones. Because with them, you will literally accomplish this nail cutting task in 10 seconds. One clip of the nail cutter will remove the entire nail from one finger. You can do the next one, the next one. If you use the small nail cutters, the ones which are actually made for fingers, it will take you 10 times longer. Buy the biggest nail cutter that you can. What I do is I add a little bit of grip tape to my nail cutter. So grip tape is what you normally put on a baseball bat or even on the floor so your carpet doesn't slip. I add a tiny bit of that grip tape. It might feel like sandpaper on my nail cutters. It's got like a sticky side. You just stick it on, cut off the excess, and now it will stay on the nail cutter. Because when I cut my nails, I wet my hands so the nail doesn't go flying everywhere when you cut it. But the problem with that is the nail cutter always slips. So by adding this grip tape, I always have the best grip on my nail cutter. And again, it makes the task so easy and so quick to accomplish. Now we come to probably the most time-consuming part of male hygiene, which is grooming your body. Simply because of the sheer large surface area. Your face is tiny, your body is much bigger. And the volume of hair that grows on a man's body, it's a lot more than women. So everything I suggest doing here, just do it in the shower when you're having a wash. Because this way you can shave off your hair, rinse your body, and all the hair will go away. And then you can shave it off again. If you do it outside of the shower, then you're not washing away that shaved hair. And so your shaver, your electric hair trimmer, whatever you use, will keep becoming clogged. And you won't end up removing all the body hairs. What you'll find is you've got patches left over where you just simply didn't manage to shave it. So go into the shower, wash your body, turn off the water, apply soap everywhere, and then shave what I tell you to do. Start with your armpits first, so that's below your arms. If you are a man and you keep your armpit hair, you are gross. You're disgusting. That's unhygienic. Women don't find that sexy. Shave it. Why? Hair traps sweat, hair traps heat. You will literally smell better and sweat less if you have shaved armpits. So apply soap, grab your shaver, and shave. Again, with the grain first, then against the grain. So it removes all the microscopic hairs. Then do the same thing for your groin hair. So that's the hair that grows in your pubic region, around your penis, and on your testicular sac, your ball sac. And yes, shave it. Don't use an electric hair trimmer. Shave it. This is probably the most scariest thing a man has to do, because the idea of shaving that sensitive region terrifies men. But guess what? Shaving it with a razor blade, like a disposable razor blade, you know, the ones you can get from Gillette, that's what I use, is so simple, so quick, so painless, and never causes any issues. Whereas when I use an electric hair trimmer around that region, because the skin is so sensitive, it never fully cuts all the hairs, and I always cut myself, which hurts. So you are in the shower, you wet your body, you've applied soap around your groin and your penis region and your testicles region. Grab your razor blade, like the Gillette Fusion 6, I believe that's the one I have, Gillette Fusion 6. I'm not affiliated with them, that's just the one I use. Grab it, pull your groin down so it becomes stretched, and then you shave with the grain first, then against the grain. Then you do the same thing, you lift up your penis, and you shave just in the base of your penis, because some hair grows there, just at the base. Then you do the same thing with your testicle sac, your ball sac. Squeeze it so it's stretched, gently shave the hair off. I promise, as scary as it sounds, if you do it once, you will realize it's actually so quick and so painless, it doesn't hurt, and you won't cut yourself if you do it right. Pubic hair is probably the grossest type of hair a man can have. It's probably the one that disgusts women the most. When I used to be a degenerate and I used to have hookups with women, I often met women and we would talk about our sexual experiences just as banter, just to laugh with. And women would often tell me that they would meet a guy who was really handsome, really well spoken, seduced them really well. Things got heated. He took off his trousers and he had pubic hair. And this woman refused to give him oral. She refused to give him a blowjob. She even refused to have sex with him because it's gross, it's disgusting. And I completely agree. If as a woman, men prefer you to be clean shaven, which again is to be expected, it's the basic levels of hygiene, then why can't women have the same request for men? Especially feminine women. These high quality feminine women are literally hairless. They shave all the hair off their body, even if it's very small, especially around the pubic region. So they find a man who is equally well groomed attractive. If you have pubic hair, even if it's quite small, women will find this disgusting. So just shave it off before a date. Chest hair, abdomen hair, shave it. When women say that they like a man that has a hairy chest, what are they actually saying? They like a man who's hot and he happens to have chest hair. That chest hair is the icing on top. But you have to ask yourself, do you look good with chest hair? What I found is men always look good shaved, when their body is shaved. Your pubic region will always look good if you shave it. It will look better. Your area, your penis, your testicles will look cleaner, will look more hygienic. Women will find you more attractive. The same principle applies for the rest of your body hair. Just because you can grow chest hair doesn't mean you now look better with it. Even I shave my chest hair. In fact, I shave all my body's hair below my neck. So I keep my beard, anything below my beard, all the way down. I shave it off. All of it. My arms, my chest, my back, my legs, everything. When your chest hair grows longer than about a centimeter, so that's about maybe just smaller than this tip of my finger, you must shave it. That's when it starts to look really unclean, really unhygienic. The hair on your bottom, as in your backside, again, shave it off. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean a woman can't see it under the right light. You want to present the best natural version of yourself. But just because your hair is natural doesn't mean that it looks good, that it makes you look better. It makes you look worse. Shave it off. Your arms, if your arm hair gets longer than again by about a centimeter, shave it off. Especially if you work out. There's a reason why fitness influencers, bodybuilders, are always completely shaved, because your muscle definition becomes more enhanced when there isn't hair obscuring the muscle. If you have a hairy chest or a hairy abdomen, you won't be able to see your abs very well. So your body fat looks to be higher than it actually is. Meaning, if you take your shirt off in front of a woman, she will think you are less attractive, you are less lean, you are less muscular than you actually are. Shooting yourself in the foot. So just shave it off. Your arms, your hands, your fingers. If you got hair on the top of your fingers, shave it. Leg hair, you don't have to shave it as often as the rest of you, because as long as you shave your groin, what I've found is women care about leg hair on a man the least. It's the least prominent body part they look at when judging attractiveness. If you have hair on your armpits, for example, most women will find you disgusting. If you have hair on your pubic area, women will find you disgusting. But if you have leg hair, as long as it's not too long, as long as it's not too wild, it won't really cause women to feel this disgust. But again, if it gets longer than an inch, just shave it off. Especially if you work out, if you're watching my videos, it's very likely that you're quite advanced in your self-improvement. You've probably been lifting weights for many years. You've built this body. Why not show it properly? Why hide it? Ignore what women say. Focus on what they actually do. So, once again, when you ask women, do you prefer a clean-shaven man or a hairy man? Many women will say a hairy man because it seems sexy in their minds. But what are they actually thinking of? They're thinking of a man who is 10 out of 10 sexy. He is the most attractive man in the world. And he happens to be hairy. Hairy in the right way, where the hair on his body makes him look better. So men listen to this and think, right, I need to become hairier. That's not the case. If the hair doesn't complement you, it will make you look less attractive. So just stick to the default. Stick to being shaved. A hairless body will always be attractive to women. A hairy body, one that's still well groomed, might attract more women, but you're taking a big risk. If you're watching this video, you're not at that level where you know what many different women want, because you wouldn't be watching this video, would you? You'd already know it for yourself. So just take my advice. I've done all the testing for you. 90% of women are absolutely fine with a man who shaves his body. They find that more attractive because the hair that you can grow doesn't make you more attractive. It's patchy. It makes you look unclean, makes you look unhygienic, it hides your muscle definition. shave it all off. You don't have to shave off all your body at once. You shower every day, so pick one body part to shave. If it's Monday, today you could do your face, right? And that's it. You go take a shower and you're done. Tomorrow is Tuesday. You've already done your face, so you don't have to do that again. Tomorrow you could do your armpits and maybe your groin, armpits and groin. Wednesday, you do your chest hair and your abdomen. Thursday, you do your back. Friday, you do your arms and your shoulders. Saturday, you do your legs. Sunday, you do your bottom. And you just keep doing this again and again. Every day, pick one body part to shave. And this way, you can maintain this top-tier hygiene with just 10 minutes of effort. It takes 10 minutes to shave a body part, especially if it's just one body part rather than your entire body. Then comes the actual shower. Very simple. Use shampoo. A lot of men, especially these looks maxers, have stopped using shampoo because they think it makes their hair look better. Maybe it does, but that's unhygienic. Your hair that's on your head traps dirt, traps sweat, looks unclean when it's not cleaned properly. Women can smell it. So when you take a shower, at least twice a week or 3 times a week, use shampoo. So you shower 7 times a week, at least I hope you do, every day. At least use shampoo every other day. I use shampoo every day because I want my hair to smell clean. I want to get rid of all this dirt and oils that have built up. Body wash, like this gel that you apply, use that for the rest of your body. You can literally use a bar of soap. I have this body scrubber. It's like this black ball. It's quite rough. I get my bar of soap, scrub it against my body scrubber, and I just wash my body with it. And it scrubs this soapy substance all over my body. Then I rinse it off. Nothing as fancy is needed. Please don't go buying lots of expensive cosmetics, creams, fancy body wash, fancy shampoos. Like what these homosexual looks maxes say, it is not needed. Stick to the basics. Just a bar of soap, shampoo, body wash. That's all you need, the most simplest products. I'm literally a scientist. I have a master's level degree. I've looked at medicines, drugs, cosmetics, the effects that they have on their body. All these cosmetics that these male looks maxers use in the shower and outside, these creams, ointments, gels, this fancy stuff, it's all complete fake. It does nothing. It's a placebo effect. If this kind of stuff actually worked, then doctors would prescribe it rather than harsh medicines. If cosmetic creams could get rid of acne, then doctors wouldn't be prescribing Accutane, which is this horrible medicine, but it's very effective at treating acne. If certain kinds of cream can make your body cleaner, then everyone would be using it. But it doesn't work. It's just a placebo. That standard soap, that standard bar of soap kills 99% of bacteria anyway. You don't need anything fancy. I always shower 2 times in a row. So I step in the shower, I wet my body, I apply shampoo, apply the shower gel around my body. Now I'm all soapy. That's when I start shaving my body. When I'm done shaving, I then rinse everything off. I then do it again. I apply shampoo, body wash all around my body, shave that same body part again to make sure I've got all the hair off. Then I rinse myself off. The benefit of this is you are now 100% clean. If you missed scrubbing a certain area, if you missed applying shampoo to a certain part of your scalp, you wouldn't miss it again the second time. So 100% of your body is now clean. And secondly, 100% of the body area that you shaved is now properly shaved. If there were any patches of hair that you missed, you would have got them the second way around. So use a body scrubber as well rather than just your hands. The body scrubber is a little bit rough, and so that removes any dead skin from your body, makes it easier to have this fresh, clean look. Rinse your belly button, please. Belly button is where some dirt can get trapped. So when you're in the shower, grab the shower head, point it at your stomach so the water flows into your belly button. Use a finger to just swirl around, get rid of all dirt and particles. Lift up your penis, your testicle sac, rinse that area with some water as well. And your anal area, as in open your bum cheeks. Get the shower head, point it inside. Remember, your bottom area, your anal cavity area, it should be crystal clean if you followed the wiping technique that I described. So it's not gross doing this in the shower. You're just making sure all residues, all crevices have now been washed properly. Then comes the styling part. So simple. Dry your body with a clean towel. Entire body. Dry your hair. Work from top to bottom. So dry your hair, your beard, your chest, your back, your bottom, your groin, all the way down to your legs. I use a cotton bud, usually called a Q-tip, inside my ear to remove any wax. Again, imagine if a woman looked inside your ears and she saw yellow gunk. That's disgusting. Clean your ears. So I use a Q-tip in both ears, remove all the wax and foreign particles. I grab my hairbrush, I brush it just so it's not wild anymore while it's still damp. I then blow dry my hair. Blow drying is very important. When you blow dry, you are essentially forming bonds in your hair to form so it naturally sticks the way that you want it to. So when you comb your hair, imagine that's the look that you want to go for. So then when you blow dry, when your hair is still damp, it will solidify that look naturally. It won't be strong, but it will keep that look naturally. Then what I do is wear latex gloves again, and I apply what's called the hair pomade. This is basically hair gel, just a different version of it. I don't like to use gel or hair creams because those are water soluble. If it rains, if my hair gets wet, these will wash off. So although I look good right now, the moment I step outside and there's high humidity or if it rains, my hair will become poofy again. It will look terrible. Products like American Crew Fiber are absolutely rubbish. I don't use them. I just use a hair pomade. It's very thick. It looks like Vaseline. I rub it with the gloves and I just apply it on my hair the way that I want to style it. And that hair pomade is water insoluble. So when it rains, when there's high humidity, your hair continues to keep its structure. The style is kept. And again, you don't need anything fancy. Just buy the cheapest hair pomade you can. I buy the one that has worked the best for me. I think it costs about $5 a tub, and one tub lasts me about a year. If I wanted to, I could buy one, which is $500 a tub. The most premium brand, the most premium one that these gay Lux Maxes promote. I have no need in this stuff. I stick to the simple things. Then I apply antiperspirant deodorant underneath my armpits, on my chest, on my groin. This is very important because, as I said, as a man, you have higher testosterone than women. So you will sweat more than women. The antiperspirant effect of a deodorant stops perspiration. It stops the sweat, which is what you want. You don't want to sweat so much because sweating will make you look oily. You'll make your skin look greasy, and it will make you smellier. People can smell your body odor. So apply this antiperspirant deodorant. There are some studies that possibly indicate some deodorants can be estrogenic, which means that they raise the estrogen in the man and they lower testosterone. The effect is so minimal, you can't ignore it, especially with antiperspirant deodorants. These are not applied for their cosmetic fragrance effect. These are applied simply to stop perspiration, which is the activity of sweating. So these aren't absorbed into your body like perfumes are. They essentially just form a layer on your skin that prevents sweat from forming. So the likelihood of them being absorbed systemically into your body and causing estrogenic effects is actually very small. But the benefits of you smelling well, of you not sweating as much, of your skin looking fresh and clean is astronomical. And that's it. This is all you need to do to master the natural male hygiene. This was actually going to be the first of 3 videos. So there'll be 2 more videos coming on this. The next video will now be, what do you do after you've groomed yourself and you've styled yourself? Remember, you've got that date night. How do you navigate this date night? Where do you take her? How do you behave on this date night? How do you go to this date night that you now became this best version of your natural self? What should you wear? Where should you take her? How to have this romantic, sexy evening that guarantees sex. That this woman will be guaranteed to want you to be inside her by the end of the night. That's what I'm going to discuss in the next video. And then the video after that will be, how do you actually perform the masculine sex? How do you give your woman, your girlfriend, your wife, the night of her life? That you pound her so that she struggles to walk the next day. I'll teach you. I literally just have one ask from you if you watched this video so far. I've purposely left it till the end right now. So only the most mature viewers, those who have actually seen the entire guide, can hear this. I'd like you to share this video with just one of your friends. That's it. Just send it to one male that you know that you think could find this video useful. Because there's too many immature, degenerate male influencers online. And I believe I'm one of the very few masculine men, these teachers, who actually cares about that minority of guys who want a loving traditional marriage. That's who I want to help. I don't have any interest in helping 15-year-olds get their first-hand job. I don't care about them, with respect. I care about the man who is so fine-tuned in his own masculinity and his own success that he only wants this loving traditional marriage. That's who I want to help based on my experiences. So you'll see, like, my videos, they aren't monetized. I just upload them for free. I don't promote anything. I just told you to go buy the cheapest products you can find. So if you share this video with just one of your male friends, it means they learn from it. And this video does better on YouTube, which means that more young men will be shown this, which means they'll actually find a teacher who can help them with that dream lifestyle of not just getting their dick sucked. Help them find that loving, traditional, feminine, high-quality wife. Thank you for watching, and keep an eye on the next video on how to actually navigate the date night. Take care.